Well, Hello Games just casually dropped a massive PSVR2 update in the patch notes to its most recent update for No Man's Sky called Voyager. They have announced that they are the first team, it seems, to implement PSSR AI upscaling for PSVR2 on PS5 Pro. And this is really exciting because this is something that was said to be happening a long time ago. I think Mark Cerny came out and said they were working on PSSR for PSVR2, and then it just kind of went radio silent. And I have to admit, I'd assumed that they'd sort of shelved that idea. I thought either they couldn't get it working on VR, or they just wait until a better version comes along. Because Sony did also recently say that they were migrating from PSSR to FSR4 or something similar, because it's just a better AI upscaling algorithm apparently, and they're in the process of shifting over to this newer version of this AI upscaling technology. So I kind of assumed that they'd shelved the whole idea of bringing it to PSVR 2 until they'd got settled on this new version of the upscaling technology. The other thing that I sort of was concerned about was, would they even be able to get this working in VR? Because you're then doing it for two screens, and you have to make sure that that upscaling matches and that those two screens don't have any sort of visual noise from the two upscaling algorithms that have been applied to those images. But apparently they can get it working, and No Man's Sky are the first to do it. Let's have a look at the announcement here, buried deep in the patch notes for the Voyager update. Travelers playing in PlayStation VR 2 can now take advantage of PlayStation's spectral super resolution, improving image clarity using AI enhanced resolution for ultra high definition and incredible detail. This is really cool, man, because anything that can add to the fidelity of a game really helps immersion in VR. Like, the more realistic worlds appear, the clearer the resolution, the more detail, the more depth. All of that stuff really helps with immersion. So anything that can be applied to VR games to help that is going to be a boon for your gaming. And, on PSVR 2, we also have dynamic eye-tracked foveated rendering, which allows developers to increase the performance and the resolution of games. And let's see if these two techniques can be used in conjunction to really super boost the fidelity of VR games on PSVR 2. I hope so. I've tried it out. I've just jumped into No Man's Sky and checked out the difference between having PSSR enabled and not. And I can say that it is definitely clearer. It basically eliminates most of the jaggies that you can see sometimes in No Man's Sky. Now, I haven't been to lots of different environments. I've just been basically on a space station, but there was a definite difference. It was definitely more clear. It definitely got rid of almost all of the jaggies that were quite prominent on the sort of normal version without PSSR. So I'm excited to see more worlds and dive deeper into this and see just how well this new AI upscaling technique can help this game, especially in larger environments and open worlds. And I really hope that this is a cheap and quick and easy thing for developers to add into their games to help take advantage of this extra power of the PS5 Pro. It's a very niche market, of course. It's going to get to experience this increase in performance. Only people on a PS5 Pro are going to get that. So it's a niche of a niche of a niche. It's a very small subset of overall VR players. But for me, that is why I got the PS5 Pro, so that I could just squeeze every last bit of performance out of VR games and just increase immersion and the fidelity of games in VR. So I'm pretty excited about this, and I can't believe it's just dropped nonchalantly at the bottom of a patch update for No Man's Sky. Sony did actually mention this Voyager update. They've got a blog post about it, but they didn't specifically mention PSSR for PSVR 2 on PS5 Pro. This is something we've been waiting for a long time for in this community. Very excited about the potential of it, and I'm glad it's here. Let's hope a lot of other developers take advantage of it. But I think Sony need to make a bit more fanfare about this and really announce the arrival of this new technique that can really help kick performance of PSVR 2 games up a further notch. We already often get the best version of games due to things like dynamic foveated rendering, the power of the PS5 and PS5 Pro. But with this, it could take it to another level. So this is very early days, of course. It's the first application of this processing technique that we've seen, and it does make a definite difference. PSSR and AI upscaling is something that is iterated on and improved over time, so this can only get better. But very excited. I totally lost hope. I thought this wasn't happening. PSSR is here, baby. Let's go.